protocol. Holy shit! It's Max. Where's Frogman? Where's fucking Frogman? Oh, the life and times of Frogman, most powerful mech pilot. Not fucking. I don't remember. Memory card I was using. I need to change how these are set up. Not that one. That's it. 13? Guess it could be. Boom, 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 boom. Fade. Okay, we haven't done that. Let's just go. Let's keep fighting in space because it's just flat, open area. Honestly, if I could get a place with a straightaway though and lock them in, that would be better. The problem is they jump too much. Well, there is a place with a ceiling. Maybe I could do that. Give me more melee guys, man. Melee when I'm using a quad back on. Easy peasy, dude. Cause I can just shoot and move. The kiting mech. This is Armored Core Master of Arena. The third one, but the first generation. So how Armored Core works is each numbered entry is like a new generation where they kind of reboot it and do new shit. But there's a bunch of sub games that are almost like expansions that come out during each generation, and this is the second one, but the third game. So I did Armored Core 1, then Project Phantasma, and now Master of Arena. So it's a new campaign. I transferred my save over to keep my mech and all my parts. But you can play it from scratch if you want. New missions, new focus on arena in this one. Our Project Phantasma had new features and like a short new campaign with different missions and stuff. Yeah, this is the first generation game. It's the same gameplay as 1 essentially. Barely anything's changed except balance. The new parts. Maybe we'll finish today and I'll start 2, which is on the first PS2 game. And there's 2 games in the Armored Core 2 generation. It's Armored Core 2 and Armored Core A New Age, I think. And Armored Core 3 has like 4 games. It's like Silent Line, Last Raven, Nexus, Ninebreaker. There's also a PSP game. Then there's 2 Armored Core 4 games and 2 Armored Core 5 games. I don't know if I'll be able to play those, we'll see. So yeah, the story of this one, I guess, if you can call it one, is you are after revenge against Nineballer because the only clue you got as to someone that killed all of your family and stuff in some kind of corporate war. So you want to kill him because I guess he was a part of it. So you're becoming an AC pilot to go through the arena to kill him, but you need a sponsor, so you're doing missions for companies so they can sponsor you as you make your way through the tournament, essentially the arena. Ooh, pick up. Oh, cool, man. It's interesting. And welcome back. Yeah, it's neat. It's definitely got a lot of control schemes and some jank there that's gonna be really hard for people to get into. But I think the general just atmosphere, how impactful the mech building is. It's FromSoft, yeah. And everything like that's been really nice. It's just been chill. I mean, it's gonna be very difficult, but it's cool just going on these different missions in this like post-apocalyptic, corporate-controlled war world. And kind of just fucking around, trying out different parts and gear and stuff. And since your saves carry between the games, at least in the first 3, I think they do in the other generations, but obviously it reboots every time. That's cool. I'm just using the same shit from the first game. Yeah, for sure. The new one looks really cool, and that's why I'm playing through these. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do them all, but we'll see on the 5th one. The 5th one, they don't run well. I don't know if I'll be able to find out. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, this was their big series before Souls, Armored Core. I mean, there's like fucking 16 of them or some shit. Although a lot of them are pretty much expansions. Have to defend the gates? Oh god. Oh, defense missions, man.
Combat system engaged.
Enemy units detected near Gate 3. Destroy them immediately.
Should switch back to the other bomb.
Enemy units detected near Gate 3. Destroy them immediately.
I don't know where each gate is, brother.
Enemy units detected near Gate 1. Destroy them immediately.
Where's gate 1, brother?
Enemy units detected near Gate 1. Destroy them immediately.
It's been cool. There's a lot of frustrating missions, and a lot that are just made really poorly. Because the mechanics are just a little wonky. And then stuff, anything that involves camera controls heavily. A lot of it's just your build, but some of it's like just the controls are fucking bizarre. Like the camera will just be up your ass, or the AIs.
Enemy units detected near Gate 2. Destroy them immediately.
Like the AI will be like really good at like jumping and aiming, but it's almost impossible for you to do.
Enemy units detected near Gate 2. Destroy them immediately.
The primary appeal, I would say, is the mech building. But the Grim kind of atmosphere and stuff's kind of neat, I guess, too.
Enemy unit detected near Gate 4. Destroy it immediately. Why are you here? You are too powerful. Modification is necessary.
Battle over. Combat system disengaged.
Yeah, I think that it's just really hardcore on the mech building, and the difficulty generally requires you to actually think about the mech customization and all that. I mean, every single piece, the legs, the core, the chips, you just kind of have to learn all that stuff, and I think that's appealing. It's not really like Gundam crazy fast mechs, at least in this one. It's a bit more deliberate. From your turning to how fast you can go to whether you can move, whether you need to brace when you shoot, stuff like that. It's pretty focused on that stuff. That makes it kind of niche, along with obviously control issues. You don't use two sticks. I use a D-pad, and to move up and aim up and down, I press L and R. So it's like, it's really ghetto in that respect. And I don't think you get with twin stick control until like another 5 games or something. So it's just kind of odd in that respect. So. Yeah, the mech customization for sure. I don't think they're like god games. I can see why people had issues with them, but they're very unique so far. And they're kind of chill. Just going on these like short, kind of tactical little mech missions in like a ruined world. It's neat. It only really sucks when they have like really shitty missions. Brothers. Yeah, we'll see as the series goes, though. I think if they could have stronger, obviously more fleshed out visuals and stuff. Although I find the charm of the PS1 visuals kind of nice. And obviously clean up some of the issues that aren't with have anything to do with the mech building, like controls, camera, and that would be really cool. In this sense, I wouldn't say they're samey. I can't speak for the new one. I mean, you can customize all the visuals of your mech, and every single piece of it's different. Like, I'm using like a 4-legged mech. That guy's using like a track, like a tank track. You can use legs, you can use chicken legs, which all do different things, stuff like that. You can have like melee, or focus on range, or short range, or, you know, missiles, or full auto. And all of those can be useful in different situations. I'm focused on like mech killing right now because the arena is a big part of this game. So I have a lot of like long range, high power kind of shit. Or if I was on like longer missions, I would want like high ammo, low damage kind of like guns and a mix of like AoE shit maybe and stuff. Or just like, you know, maybe a mech that's better just using swords and shit because they're cheap. Because in these old ones, I don't have to worry about it much right now, but everything costs money. You can sell every part for full price, so you can just swap, but in the first game especially, you can go into debt if you fail too much and lose the whole campaign and shit. Although there's like handicap mechanics that start popping up. So it's kind of about balancing new parts and selling stuff and all that shit. Where's my escapism? Yeah, it's not supposed to be a fun world. I mean, since the save files carry for the first 3 games here, and I mean, I'm fine. And I mean, I just save scum anyways. If I fail a mission, I just fucking restart. I don't really care that much. But once you learn everything, it's fine anyways. Yeah, I can't speak for Armored Core 6. We're winning it. But, in this one you'll fight super tanks or battleships, or you'll be in a submarine, or you'll be fighting alien, like, little bio weapon critters, or you'll be in space, or underground in some like old ruins, or in like a cave, or a castle. I mean, they've put a lot of different stuff in. There's a lot of visual variety and stuff you'll fight too. I mean, if they borrow from that for 6, that'd be good. We'll see about the actual visual customization for your own mech in 6. So we got a new part. I think it was a gun. Is it a back gun? Plasma dispenser. What does that mean? Doesn't weigh a whole lot. Yeah, I think a lot of people have been skeptical about some of the opening of the 6 from what they've played. Because they give them just the beginning of the game apparently. So it's going to be very basic and stuff like that. And I think they said that they were going to kind of ease people into the process of it. Oh, I liked it. It was definitely one of his craziest. A lot of crazy visuals, very just kind of bleak. Kind of, uncomfortable movie, but I liked it. Very unique, that's for sure. All the effects were neat too, man. That mutant baby looked real, dude. Let's try this map. I don't think it's my favorite Lynch movie, but I like. I don't think I've disliked any Lynch movies I've seen. This guy's got a lot of power, man. My problem with the pasta with the snipers, it just shoots really slow. I'm thinking about swapping back to the finger guns, man. They're like good, but like. If any of this is even hitting. How's the bravely default, man? Gravy. Is there some kind of character who does like an octopath where they say gravy after every attack? So are you just finishing it because you've gone this far, or what? Gravy. Groovy. Oh yeah. This is just the dialogue. Bring the Uda Rider. Improvement. Oof. Maybe they got the Fire Emblem Engage Rider. He's supposed to be pretty bad. What, did they just kill all the tone right before the boss? Oh, really? I like this stage because they can't jump, dude. That's good. It's crazy you can even pick the stage, man. Because the AI over relies on jumping and aiming down on you a lot of the time. This one, they just can't go high. I just fucking got him down, dude. Oh, what are we cooking, mates? What's on? Oh, really? Each person's supposed to have a certain food taste that changes? Is it, on the same tier as that one game we played? What was it? What was the one? Astalon food campfire conversations. It's the same character. What the fuck? What is it about just completely soulless food conversations in Japanese writing? Like, not even in like Fate or anything was that stuff that fun. At least then they sounded like they actually knew what they were talking about and cared about writing it and everything. Beyond. So is it just like completely like crappy filler, or does it go on and try to like flesh characters through it or something? Really? Wow. Like shenanigans, like antics and shit? Weird, man. Why put him right before the boss, too? Maybe they just sat down and decided, like, like those were always gonna be about food. So somebody had to like rack their brain on how to do like that many food conversations. Really? Sounds like I don't want to play it, man. Yeah, I usually don't skip dialogue, but there's some shit that gets close, man. My halfway point's usually skipping voice acting and shit. Moldable? It's over, guys. The world's over, man. They yearn for it, dude. The Uda sweep, dude. Is it just the art, man?
Combat system engaged.
I mean, there's definitely some titillating
Three
art.
allied units are still alive. Rescue as many as you can.
Compared to Uda, dude. I got Uda mind, man. Right. I don't know what it is, man.
Battle over. Combat system disengaged.
I mean, yeah, if you care about fan service, Uda has good art for that. But if you just care about, like, titillating fan service, I mean, there's things with more focus. Maybe it just hits just enough of everything, man. An emotional story, epic scale, gameplay, titty, waifu. The second game's the worst. Because there's nothing of, like, substance that happens, and it's just all antic. But they're all just about as bad. And romancing games. I mean, I don't mind route-based romances. But yeah, I mean, it's not my go-to. Nice one-on-one or something is good. But I mean, some of my favorite romances were triangles. So it just depends more on the execution for me, I think. Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't had much yet in BG3, but we're not very far in. Yeah, I don't really care about, like, drama. was a close one. As long as we win, man. Yeah, the physical version of the new Uda game comes out this month or next month. But that one's actually rated poorly. But I'm like curious what makes an Uda fan not like that game, but like everything else they do. Monochrome Mobius. I think, isn't Monochrome Mobius more focused on like actual like open world gameplay, like running around and with JRPG like fighting? That's no longer their first VM. There's not enough. I mean, surely there's still a bunch of titties, man. Who knows, man? Yeah, they found the hardcore intro song too. Bites. How long is Monochrome Mobius supposed to be? I can't believe I'm actually considered it, man. I'm fucking brain broken by it. How long to beat Monochrome Mobius, dude? 31 to 60. Completion is 90 hours. Your soul. I'm on the verge, but I'm losing it. A new JRPG from a veteran studio, Aquaplus, commemorating 20 years of the multimedia Udawara Ramono series. This is the story of a man who will be sung about in legends. Whoa, that's awesome. Monochrome Mobius, Rights and Wrongs Forgotten. Is Monochrome Mobius any good? Monochrome Mobius Rights and Wrongs Forgotten is a difficult one to rate. It has an excellent story, better than a lot of other visual novels or JRPGs, but is severely hampered by the dated gameplay and certain design choices. If you love Udawara Ramono, I'd recommend it. Wow. That's awesome, dude. What's the Steam rating, dude? 80%. Oh, store. It's a full open world, dude. All 3D. You're walking around, smacking dudes. Actual video game. Thing is, I wonder if they're just showing a lot of gameplay, hoping a lot of people buy it, or if it's still mostly just VN stuff. And there's anime, man. A bunch of the exact same characters. But it's just a prequel, right? Why would I want... That sounds so boring, dude. Like a fucking prequel? It's $60 game, brother. It's a prequel to, with Oshtor, right? I'm like, god damn, that just sounds fucking dull. And that's for Udo Aramon. At least something like new would be okay. I'm like, Jesus, I just gotta go right back into the same people, man. Like it's a fan disc almost, right? Yeah, somebody with some actual taste. Maybe because it looked like an actual game. People actually reviewed it who normally wouldn't play that kind of stuff, and they realized it's horrible. He's an Uda fan. What the? That must be really bad. Or wait, does that mean it's really good, maybe? Maybe I'd actually like it. Or is it that bad, man? I think it's a super boost unit. Waste too much. I don't need boost, man. I'm a fucking 4-leg, bro. Unless I plan on flying, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure during the Uda games I felt like I said that it was written by a fucking child as well, man. Is it just because it doesn't have the sexy art? People don't notice the writing's probably the same? I don't know, man. Like, I played the good Uda games, and playing a bad one, like, oh. I don't know, dude. I didn't plan on it. But if we just have some time in the next year, maybe. Too busy this year. I don't know, man. No way. I mean, maybe. No way. This year. Probably. Too many long games and big projects I got going on. That's if I would like to actually attempt a Halloween event, too. Massive negative. Can't even post it here. Oh, is it like that? Does he say some crazy gamer words? Oh, is it just that big? Learning how far back these two go really recontextualizes how Mikazuchi have felt it. This is negative? And this person's just He remembers way more about the games than I do, and actually it's talking them up. Mumblecore support group. Dude, I don't know, that review, I'm like fucking iffy on that one, dude. I mean, yeah, they're shitting on it, but it's, yeah, from the perspective of someone who loved that the crew was always cracking wise and making fun observations about everything, and in the original game, so it's like, I don't know, man, maybe them being more serious I'd like, man. Because the comedy and antics always happening in Uda 1, 2, and 3 were like a huge part of the problem. It didn't make them feel more charismatic or fun or anything. The execution was so bad half the time it just killed any tone or gravity of what's going on. I laughed my ass off and generally felt I wish I could have a range of emotions that wild, man, during Uda. I mean, you gotta wonder, like, do you only feel that heavy duty about stuff that's like extreme like Uda, or is it like you just everything you play you just feel super strong about? It might even be bad, man. I don't want to feel that overly emotional about everything, man. I feel like I'd fall apart. If Uda was peak comedy, I mean, you would find everything funny, surely, right? Don't know. Let me see here. However, when playing Monochrome Mobius, there were points where I felt like I was staring into a dark void. That's me during most fucking Udo I remember. Yeah, that was makes it sound good. It's like, contrast this to the previous Uda games where we constantly got gut-bustingly hilarious and compelling character interactions and world building every minute. And like, I mean, at this point, dude, yeah, if a Super Uda fan like that really loves, you know, the old ones that way, which is fine, you like them if you like them, but doesn't like this one, I'm like, man, maybe this one's good. Thing is, what I'm gathering here is that Monochrome Mobius is probably just a very boring, plain JRPG with like your piss poor, like melodramatic Uda writing going on occasionally in between like really bad gameplay. Because Uda 1, 2, and 3 have shit gameplay. It's a horrible TRPG, like strategy RPG. It's not fun. It's just complete auto. Mindless, just go walk up with the guy, press A, do a couple QTs, and that's it. It's like if you had that, but slightly fleshed out over like a larger, more actual exploration, gameplay heavy thing, I can imagine it just being super, super fucking just boring. Like a weak JRPG. Like all of those other like super dull like budget anime JRPGs that come out every like week. You guys don't probably see a lot of those, but I usually sift through a lot of them and I rarely add any to the list. I like anime and I like JRPGs. That's not the problem, but there's a lot of those like just gimme ones where they sell it on fan service and they're cheap. Bullshit. Thing is, hasn't Aqua Plus done Dungeon Travelers? Isn't that supposed to be like decent, or is that just another fan service thing? You think they could like pull off a fucking actual like traditional video game, but maybe not. I guess because this one's like open world, maybe it's not. Does have fan service? I don't know about the quality. Did that even release on Steam? Didn't they like ban it or something? But like Nintendo still has it. Gotcha. Is there an Uda dungeon crawler? I was just talking about Monochrome Mobius, yeah. And then Dungeon Travelers 2 was the one that released recently on some platforms. Those are supposed to be like decent, but yeah, I don't know if it's just fan service. Are those in the Uda world? The Dungeon Travelers? Oh, okay, gotcha. Shit, I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be, on mobile. This watch is hitting me. I just went to the buffet, so. You're looking forward to talking about Uda on the shitter. Where it belongs. Okay. Oy. Oh shit, Ripper streaming Reverie or whatever. Trails Bros! Oy. I don't know when I'll get to Cold Steel 1. There's a lot of long games this year, man. I mean, I'm going from Baldur's into Starfield while I'm doing a fucking AC series playthrough. And then all the shit during summer, like Tears of the Kingdom, and Diablo, and even Street Fighter World Tour took like 30-40 hours. Yeah. I'm in no rush, but I'll get to them eventually. They're fun to stream because like most people in here have played them. It's good conversation. Why is a P coming soon? Persona 5 Tactica. Oh yeah. So I was gonna rent Fate Extella Link, but I can't on Gamefly anymore. It is out of stock forever. Don't know how I'm gonna ever play that beautiful game. It gets pretty cheap on sale, but not cheap enough for me, man. Someday. That game's still full price normally. It's crazy when these anime games like that think they could just charge full price forever, man. I'm like, what are you doing? Not because I have any problem with anime games, but more like it's a unique to anime thing. It's like how Nintendo never dropped prices on their games, really. But like, you'll just get these oddball, like mid-budget, low-budget anime games, and they just are always full price forever. I'm just like, they just always hope they're trying to like bank off of fans. It's like at some point all your fans have played it, then you just drop the price to get the rest of the people, surely. Yeah, well hell, Nisa's been upping the price on Falcom games. Gust is Atelier, right? Don't they have a new one coming out soon? Based, man. Price hikes. Price drop. For mediocre games, dude. Yeah. But East is awesome. Is East 10 this year? When is East 10? I don't see it on Gameplay. Is it not getting a physical release? Have they not announced it? Oh, the translation. Yeah, okay, there you go. Fucking Nisa, dude. We need 8 years to translate these games. Please understand. It's not all their fault, but it's a lot of their fault, I'm sure. It's in their track record. It's hard to really give them too much credit. Really? What, are they afraid of spoilers? Those dirty Westerners spoiling our game? Is that it? Bakagaijin scum spoiling our game, dude. The talent drain is unreal, yeah. Yeah, I'm just surprised, really. They're so closed off. People barely know anything about them, but yeah, I've just heard of them as considered as like stepping stones these days. Yeah, I mean, I like their games, but I'm just always waiting for Trails to just, like, for them to just die. Like, East is just gonna die, and then Trails on the story will never be finished, and it's like, the games clearly do okay enough, but it's like, it always just sounds so fucky whenever you hear about them, man. I mean, I don't know how true a lot of that is, but it's just like, are they just gonna disappear? Yeah. Like with the music
Combat
people and
system
shit.
engaged.
This is Elan Cubis. Nine Ball is right in front of my current location. It seems as though I am not his target. I think he's waiting for you. Be careful.
Makoto Shinkai? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Really? What was that? What is going on? I lost all my health on the way here. Yeah. It's a mystery, dude. Yeah, I just worry about the future of their series. I mean, they don't put out anything other than East and Trails, right? And they used to put out shit all the time, like, you know, Xanadu and fucking Megumin or whatever the fuck it's called. Or like random ass little games like Zwei and shit. Like now it's like, I guess they did Tokyo Xanadu like a decade ago or something, right? Like, okay. Well, I don't know if EX Plus was considered a new game.
People who have too much power will destroy everything.
This voice acting.
You are one of those people.
Let's see.
We've just been informed that all enemy units have retreated. I'll contact you later regarding 9-Ball.
Wine Bull. Sounds like a Bond villain.
Battle over. Combat system disengaged.
This thing has so much damage. I mean, in the arena, you really could just put on shit like this. Just shoot that right away, let it reload while you're like shooting laser stuff. The arena's a totally different thing, man. It's about just outputting as much damage as you can right away, and not like, because the missions aren't long, right? I mean, it's just you and a boss. AC causes the ground to shake. I doubt it, bro. It's a heavy, heavy man. I mean, he's gonna sit still. Pop off on him. Oh, I don't know. What do we got coming up? What is my schedule the rest of the year? I want to do a horror event. I want to do horror till Halloween. It's been so long since I've done it. I didn't do it last year. Well, I have them sending me right now Nuclear Blaze and Dead or Alive Extreme 2. Those are both really short, like a few hours a piece. I mean, Dead or Alive Extreme you can grind for hundreds of hours, but I'm just gonna like run through a character story. Just try it out for fun. Under the Waves. Starfield, I think Liza P's coming out around then. I might do Baron Breakfast. Blasphemous 2. Lord Winklebottom Investigate. Like a point and click detective game. Signy All Guns Blazing. Fate Samurai Remnant. Detective Pikachu. I might cut Assassin's Creed Mirage. I won't do Lords of the Fallen if people don't like it. I will play Mario Bros. I might cut Spider-Man 2. If it's anything other than considered godly, I'm cutting it. You're skipping Blasphemous 2? How come? I mean, I didn't think the first one was like godly, but I enjoyed it enough. Is there some weird shit about the second one I should know about? Persona 5 Tactica, Smile for Me. Oh, just wait until that, yeah. I don't have a whole lot November, December, because I'm not doing like Avatar and Payday's coming out soon. Oh, Sonic Superstars, is that the new Sonic game? I'll put that on the list. We'll see what dates change coming up soon too. November, December for me is actually a little lighter, unless Game Pass stuff is November, December. I'm going off my Gamefly list, which is different. Like I said, Liza P and Starfield are going to be Game Pass. So. I just added Quake 2 to Game Pass. I guess the remastered one. But does this have the fucking music, dude? Which one had the Trent Reznor music? Was that Quake 1 or Quake 2? I bought all these like eons ago, but now it's like been fucking forever. 3 different ones for one? I'm still just gonna play it at launch, but yeah, I can understand that. Airborne Kingdom? What is this game? City Building Management. Airborne. I think I actually looked that up at one point. I mean, it looked okay. You essentially make like a Bioshock Infinite city in the sky. Only took them like 7 hours. Too simple for strategy, good for adventure. Really, I feel like the busiest time of the series is actually going to be like now. Like Baldur's, Armored Core, and Starfield and everything during that month. Where's fucking Tepe? Yeah, I haven't kept up on whether like Dream Settler is gonna be this year or not either. So I mean, if shit like that pops up, I'll play it. I'll pay full price for Dream Settler. No, don't make him keep playing that. Oh, he's gonna play Cold Steel. Easy. Oh, you guys didn't see it. My bad. So I just shot him in the darkness a few times and then he died. So. The number 2 ranked AC. Yeah, I cheated actually. That's why he died so quick. Hey, we can now do perfect the replay. Thank you, FromSoft. I don't know how many sniper shots hit. I tried shooting when he like was gonna stop moving, so I didn't dodge it. The sniper shot, it does lead a bit. It tries to like correct, but it only can go so far. There you go. Epic. You have become too powerful, player. I might actually do Ninebreaker. We'll see. So Ninebreaker is an Armored Core 3 game, and it's essentially just a bunch of like tutorial challenges in a really long arena. I think I'll just do the tutorial challenges and just kind of fuck around with it because it's like essentially a fucking DLC. just to see what it's like. So I don't know if there's really like an ending or anything, so we can kind of just freeball it. And at that point, I should do formula front, man. We'll see on that. How long is Formula Front? 3 hours? I mean, I could do 3 hours. AC6 PvP junkie? Yeah, dude. You know me. Oh, Formula Front never even came out in the fucking West. Can't even play it then. Oh no, yeah, it did. Oh, it's because it's called something else. Like Extreme something. Yeah, Extreme Battle. Okay, we're good. Yeah, because I mean, I might as well just do a full series thing. I think I'm worried about is Armored Core 5. Give me a sec. This is a weird time for me to look into all this. We'll see. Maybe we'll be able to do them all. It's the dream. I think if they were longer games, maybe I wouldn't as much. I do think they get a little longer after this one. I mean, none of them are going to be as short as Project Phantasma. That was like a 3-hour game, but I think the Armored Core 2 games are 15, 16 hours. We'll see though. I'm gonna swap out the sniper. It's more of an arena weapon for me. Get the finger guns, man. Yeah, that's the hope though, that these don't really get bogged down with like too many like filler missions and boring shit or annoying level design. One of the better parts has just kind of been the pace. Like they're not super long, but there's like a lot of variants. You're getting new parts and money often enough for needing to make changes, right? I mean, obviously when you're carrying your save over, not as, you don't do as much of that because you're already kind of like maxed, but I'm still doing some shit, right? I don't really want to play like a grindy, boring kind of one, but we'll see how they end up being. I've heard they don't just like you keep getting better or anything. It's kind of all over the place, so we'll see.
Why are all of you here? Why do you insist on interfering?
The Corporation, the ACs, the Raven's Nest. All of these were formed by me. For the sole purpose of recreating the world and humankind with it.
Whoa.
That's the duty to which I've been entrusted.
Whoa.
Those who wield too much power. Those who only bring chaos. They are simply not part of the program. I was created to protect mankind and this world. I intend to fulfill this task.
Okay, hopefully there's no more. This is a long walk and talk.
Modifying program, final level.
Jesus.
All system checks are complete. Combat mode is now engaged.
Am I gonna get some health?
commencing hostilities.
Maybe they thought Phantasma's ending was too fair even though it took like an hour. Oh, you still got something. Cool, they gave you some shit. Yeah, it's just kind of constantly doing damage. Jesus. Luckily we just DPS raced and I had better DPS. Cause that was just constant damage right at me, dude. Ballsy of the super AI to put themselves in one machine to fight. Cool cutscene. Not it. Oh. Guess you don't need to do the last arena mission since you just fought the fucker in the boss arena. That could have been very different. I wonder if you have to do the entire lead up to that boss if you fail. Yeah, suddenly crazy ass funky music. It's kind of been this whole series. It'll like be complete silence with like atmosphere. Sound like just ambience, or it'll be like fucking crazy ass funky music out of nowhere. Anyways, that was Master of Arena. It wasn't not as annoying as I was expecting it to be. A game based on just the arena, which is, you know, just essentially just super. They just outfit a fucking mech, throw a basic AI on it, and you just pick a map and go crazy, right? But there's a lot of actual missions, and a lot of them are pretty good, or at least different. You know, you're fighting like big tanks or weird submarine shows. A submarine last game, but they're not like that different from the other two, but they were cool enough, and since they were interspersed in between arena fights, that kind of added a little flavor. A few new weapons and stuff, or at least weapons that you couldn't, that were like special unlocks in the last game. Obviously I didn't have to do too much crazy building because I already had a good setup, but it's cool that you could carry the mech between them. I think this one had the least amount of like annoying ass missions. Phantasmas weren't too bad until the last one. I don't think anything's ever gonna get close to the first game's final mission. That was unreal. Damn, this game came out in 2000? Good god, dude. I mean, next gen was like a year or two after this one. It doesn't look like a end of PS1 lifecycle kind of game. But yeah, just this entire generation. I found the customization to be cool. If you like mechs, it just feels kind of badass. Like, customizing your Mac and knowing that like every piece of it's like something you picked out, and it's like, you know, making an impact on what's going on in the mission, or you know what like a certain kind of weapon will do, so you like assuming what's going to be coming up in the next mission, or if you failed, you know, you'll change weapons, and it's got a bit of a tactical feel to it, and that's kind of fun because you're flying around a big mech. It feels cool. Obviously, the Armored Core 1 generation, I think the controls, camera work and stuff are its biggest problem. A lot of the enemies will fly around like they're pretty much a fucking Gundam, but you are not going to do that. I'm sure you could get good enough where it's possible, but you're fighting a very unintuitive, very, what's the word? Delicate control scheme. Aiming up and down with the triggers, strafing, and using the D-pad all at the same time. I don't mind most of those, but the aiming is just kind of too goofy. It does mean that your targeting systems, your fire control systems matter a lot more, so in a way some of the jank of controls does lean into what mech you're picking, like turning speed, stuff like that, but there's times where the camera up your ass, that means you can't see all of the effects, or you can't see just being able to go up and down. It's too easy to like overturn and shit, or over aim, and you know, when the level design's focused on that kind of stuff, like the last level of the first game, it just feels bad. It feels like you're fighting not an interesting kind of mission where they're like trying to make you think about what you want to do and how you're gonna like customize, and more just like a kind of pay like this shit where you like actually stop and brace yourself and shoot was so bad on most high damage missions because you're just getting lit up, right? The enemy doesn't have any problem aiming, so it's like I feel like sometimes you kind of have to play a little cheesier. There's definitely enemy map design in the first few games that's kind of, especially the first game, where it feels like it's almost memorization focused. Like the train level where the guy comes at the train from the southwest side, but you're fighting on the northeast side. So by the time you find out, you already lose. And the thing is, in the first game, you got a debt system, and you have to restart the game if you get 50k below debt. There's handicaps, like the Human Plus program, where you get like just better movement and all this crazy shit if you do have it happen. But because it's kind of like almost memorization focused at times, and not like, because they don't give you a lot of info. Like if they give you a lot of interesting info, data, you know, and you could plan out your tactics and pick your outfits and all that, and, that would be cool, but because it's not always like that, a lot of missions will be over in like 10 seconds if you don't already know kind of what's happening. I feel like they do that better in Phantasma and Master of Arena, but it's definitely kind of a thing that hurts the strategy side of stuff. But overall it's cool. I think there's a more variety of locations and types of things you fight, especially in the second and third games, than you'd expect, which is neat. There was other bits of jank and stuff like missiles are cool and all that, but I found those a lot of the times with how movie most of the enemies are kind of a pain in the ass. Stuff like in the arena, picking where you fight also kind of plays into like abusing the AI, which isn't as fun, but because the AI is so hardcore, it's like, I don't mind, right? I just pick a stage where they can't jump. It's like, it's a tactic, but so there's little things like that I think that fight against the really nice base of like mech customization and all that. Stuff like the story and the setting. I like the setting. I like some of the locations you go to, and I think if they could like build on that with like more kind of like not just fidelity, but more budget to kind of fully realize that and put like kind of a context behind it that's like seeps into the game a bit more, that'd be cool. Like you have like what I mean by that is like you have like emails and stuff, and you kind of have a story, but like that atmosphere I don't feel like is like super duper strong. There's like either some goofy voice acting or you know, some dialogue that the company speaks to in, or kind of instead of this grim vibe, or like the music's really cool in this, but you know, you don't get this like super grim post-apocalypse world feel sometimes. Like some of the stuff is at odds with each other, and so that context like a really strong like world to go with all these kind of like grim kind of corporate controlled missions and stuff would be cool. More importantly, I just would like to see it more realized with obviously like newer tech and stuff. Really push their atmosphere and shit. I mean, FromSoft's good at that nowadays. We're building an atmosphere and stuff. And overall, I liked the atmosphere and the feel and stuff. Some of it was just that PS1 charm. You know, like they're trying to create this like grim post-apocalypse world where everybody's living underground and all the corporations are doing insanely inhumane things to control the world and shit, and like, well, you know, old technology is lost, but they're like discovering bits and pieces of it. And like you can also go in space and underwater despite all this, right? It doesn't all really make sense that you're in a post-apocalypse, but they can do all this high-tech shit. But it's still cool. Like it still feels cool enough, and them trying to pull that off on a PS1 kind of just has that certain charm to it. Imagine like Quest 64 where it's like they're trying to pull off this grand fantasy thing, and it's just like because of the low poly and like the low quality of low poly, right? You know, there's obviously games that look like way better than Quest 64 in this, but like it kind of has just this it's probably more of like a quaint thing for like a, I wouldn't say nostalgic, but like more of like a unique thing nowadays. Like not back then nobody would really care, right? But to me it's kind of got like a charm you can only really enjoy like 30 years after it came out. I guess this was 20 something years now. Something about the visuals, it's hard to say. I think that's another important thing. We talked about Dragon Quest 1 and games like that where they're focused with impactful progression or like choices. This has that vibe too, which is cool. The game's paced pretty tightly. They're not like too long. You're getting like real upgrades or choices you're making, and most stuff is in your hands and stuff, and that feels nice. I guess it's a little less about maybe the upgrades and stuff and more just like the focus. Like the missions are short, they're to the point, they're not like super drawn out except a couple. It's not a bloated 150-hour Ubisoft monstrosity. And that's kind of refreshing, so I enjoy that about it too. Hopefully they don't get bloated as they go. I definitely don't need like 10 gazillion hour game if they don't have anything to fill it with, so. Yeah, other than that, I mean, like I said, visually there's cool stuff going on. It's got its ugliness, but that you can customize the look of everything. It's like, that's kind of like one of the most important parts, and the variety's there. Compared to your other PS1 games, though, I mean, it's pretty ugly, I guess, at times. I mean, like, look at this environment, this mood environment, and compared to like a lot of stuff back then. So, but I don't really find that like a huge deal. I was mentioning the music. I think the music is really cool at times. It just sounds like good in its own. For its own sake. It doesn't really always match what's going on though. Maybe that's just the vibe they're going for, but it was cool music. Yeah. I guess that's kind of about it. I was just kind of more talking about the Armored Core 1 generation, I suppose. Master of Arena itself, I mean, it was just more of the same, right? A few more parts, new story. This one had like the most actual story, and I think it was not to its benefit, probably. Really goofy dialogue, lots of variety of voice actors with like goofy accents or attempts at accents. I think if anything it hurts the story. I would prefer to leave that more in the imagination, hands off, kind of like maybe explain some of it in text or visuals. But definitely not how they did it. But it's cool it was there. I almost expected this to just be a like an arena only mode, but it was an actual campaign. A mix of missions and arena fights. I won't be messing with the other discs, which had like specialty arenas. I find the arena to be the most boring part. It's a lot of just like burst and like cheesy jumping and stuff, and just circle strafing and trying to like out DPS each other. And I don't think the gameplay is like got enough variety. There's not enough like mechanical stuff you're actually doing. It's more about the builds and just kind of the general movement. To really have the arenas feel that fun, right? At least in like a different mission, you know, you might be having to, you know, figure out where you're supposed to be jumping, or the level layout, or the order you should be going and fighting dudes, or, you know, prioritizing certain targets over other ones, weapon swapping depending on, you know, if it's something with a lot of low health enemies, or if it's something with like big enemies, you know. Like when you just find another mech, it's just like, he's just gonna jump around and strafe, and you're just gonna shoot until he dies. There's not much to it, though. So I don't really care for the arena shit. Oh. I guess we'll move on to Armored Core 2. Hopefully. Yeah. And test this beforehand. Should be fun.